chiefs that served in Kaduna under my watch. One of them is still alive, Farouk Yahya, was chief of army staff. He was GOC in Kaduna. I saw him yesterday at a wedding. You can call him, bring him to this program and ask him what we did. What I will not do, okay, is to pay bandits, give them monthly allowance, or send food to them in the name of non-kinetic. It's nonsense. We are empowering bandits.
Is that what is Kaduna is paying?
It's not the government of Kaduna State. It's a national policy driven by the Office of National Security Advisor, and Kaduna is part of it. Many states are objecting to that, but that is the policy now. Kiss-the-bandits. That's the new policy. My position has always been the only repentant bandit is a dead one. Let's kill them all. Let's wipe them. Let's bomb them until they are reduced to nothing, and then the 5% that still want to be rehabilitated can be rehabilitated. You do not negotiate from a position of weakness. You don't empower your enemy. You don't give him money to go and buy more sophisticated weapons. That's why the insecurity problem has not gone away and will not go away as long as this policy continues. They can deceive, they can cover up, they can do propaganda, but those that live in Katsina, those that live in Zamfara, those that live in Kaduna, those that live in those states, they know what is happening. They know what is happening.
Well, is that the reason why perhaps you think that there's a slowdown in the attack on schools and kidnaps that we've seen in Kaduna? The quiet we've seen in the Benegwari
there is no slowdown. Kaduna, I was governor for 8 years. I was governor of Kaduna State for 8 years. Only 3 schools were attacked in 8 years. Okay? This government has been around for 2 years. 3 schools have been attacked. And they paid the bandits. They paid them ₦1 billion the first time the school was attacked and students abducted. They are paying bandits. They are apologizing to them. They are
finding this information about ₦1 billion being paid.
Look, let the governor or anyone come and deny. We have the evidence. When the time comes, we'll reveal everything. They are paying bandits. They are empowering bandits. This is what this government is doing.
And you think that will not work?
It will not work. It has never worked anywhere in the world.
Let me ask you today, because perception is a part of life. I mean, how you are perceived and how you are seen may not exactly be your reality, but the way people perceive you, there might be explanation. Has not really unveiled and unraveled all of his plan that he planned for 4 years. It's a 4-year plan, but it's just halfway done, and you think that this government is a failure. In fact, you call this government evil. Is that fair? Is that a fair statement?
It is fair, and I'm the only person qualified to call it evil because I know evil when I see it.
So this government is evil?
It is.
How? In what way?
30 million people
evil is an extreme word to use.
30 million people thrown into poverty. 30 million people thrown into poverty. Look, you know, I met someone, and an elder statesman, that told me that the first time he came in close association with the government was 1959, when he was a polling clerk during the during the 1959 elections. And he said, since then, I have seen governments, I've been part of some governments. And as far as I know, every government in Nigeria comes with the right intention to make the country better. He said, except this one. This is the only government that came from day one only to make money for itself and its own cronies. This is cronyism of the highest order. He said, this old man, he is in his 80s, said, I have never seen anything like this. There is not even a pretense of good intention. This is his assessment. He's 80-something years old, not mine. But the results are on the ground. And we are free to assess our government even 2 weeks after by its policies. We are free to do so. We are the voters. We are the judge.
Madam, give me the moment again. In my career as a journalist that I've covered, at least in this Fourth Republic, where elections are being talked about 2 years, clear years, before the next election. And you are one of those who caused it. As soon as you left the APC and you started criticizing this government, and you warned that you are going to send President Bola Tinubu back to Lagos, you are going to retire him, there are those who are asking, how would you do that? With a lot of people moving into the APC, there are governors now moving into the APC, and those who say whatever the opposition is doing is gradually and working steadily for Tinubu and the APC returning in 2027.
They can believe what they want to believe. They can engage in self-delusion. They can use the carrot and stick tactics, to lure governors or intimidate them into joining. Governors that know what they are doing, taking from the till, will have no choice but to join the APC, because, when you are in the APC, you are immunized from being investigated for corruption. They will do all that. But at the end of the day, the Nigerian voter will decide based on President Tinubu's performance and the performance of governors. It is not a governor moving to a party that will make that party win elections. I was governor of Kaduna State. I was one of Bola Tinubu's biggest campaigners, but I couldn't deliver the state to him. Bola Tinubu himself couldn't win his state with his own governor in place. So these things are not as theoretical as people want them to be. And if you want to engage in self-delusion, you are free to do so. So I will not tell you how we are going to win, but I tell you very clearly, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, the worst case scenario in the 2027 elections is that no winner will emerge in the first round. We may have to go for runoff. And Bola Tinubu will not be on the ballot for the runoff, because he will at best be third in the election. He has no pathway to win. I have done the maths, I have done the analysis. He will be at best third. But he can deceive himself. He may think, I have money. Because they have taken all the money in the country. I have INEC, I have the police, I have the army. You know what? President Tinubu, invite President Jonathan for a chat and ask him if he didn't have all this in 2015 and we got him out.
Is the case still the same, similar to 2015?
It's
there are those who will say Tinubu has never lost an election. And it's different as a politician compared to Goodluck Jonathan.
Tinubu has never lost an election. That can be contested, but it's okay. He has never lost an election. It's a political strategist. He's this, he's that. Wait. Nasir El-Rufai has said, if you want to learn some lessons, invite President Jonathan for a chat over coffee and ask him what happened in 2015. That's all.
If you were made a minister, would you be saying all this thing that you're saying?
If I was made a minister, I would probably have resigned. Once I saw the direction of the government, I would have resigned and I would have said the same thing. People think that this minister is big deal. I was minister when I was 43 years old, 20 years before. They're still talking about what I did in FCT. People forgot that I left the FCT 2007. I left the FCT 18 years ago. Okay? And I have no desire to be minister. I didn't want anything. I've made it very clear. People can come and say all kinds of things, revise history and so on. They are free to do so. As I said, people's opinion of me doesn't make me lose any sleep. I don't care. I know who I am. I know what I am. I sleep well every night. And I don't need anyone to validate me.
Wonders, they say, shall never end. My question to our new whistleblower, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, is this. Why are you telling us all of these things now? Like I said in my previous video, it's not up to a year that El-Rufai left APC. And now, APC is evil. APC is paying bandits. He has receipts of the amount that APC government, he said all the governors, most of the governors, let me say in the north, because southern governors has no issue with bandits. Majority of the northern governors are paying bandits. Why is he telling us all of these things now? When you are in APC, you are immunized from corruption. We already know that. that when you are in APC, even though you are corrupt, you will not be tried. You will not. VFC has nothing to do on you. You know. So why is he coming now to tell us all this? The only thing I know that El-Rufai said that I love, I support, and I really agree with him is that there is no repentant bandit. Buy all of them, eliminate all of them, neutralize all of them. The only repentant bandit is the one that is alive. And he made the striking statement: you cannot negotiate at a point of weakness. The state governors are struggling to deal with bandits. So what are you going to negotiate? You keep negotiating forever. Neutralize them. And that's why Boko Haram have continued to be a name that is haunting, or a name that is terrorizing many Nigerian civilians, innocent Nigerian civilians in the north. So he said you need to eliminate all of them. There's nothing like negotiating. And if Nigerian soldiers, if Nigerian government will be clear on this, we won't be having issue to talk about bandits or whatever they are graduating from different. We have ISWAP, we have Boko Haram, we have Tunji Bello, we have this one, coming up. So the man says, the only thing I know he said here that that I support is that there is no point negotiating with bandits. You are paying them, and banditry have become a huge lucrative business in the north. They abduct you, before you know it, they will demand for so amount of money. You don't have it, you have to bring all, and in fact the one you could bring, they will release you. So it's become business for some politicians in the north. For him to say that they are paying bandits, I really agree with him. I'm not doubting. But others, like him, also saying that, he was governor of Kaduna State not even 2 years ago. He campaigned for Bola Tinubu. But PDP won Kaduna State. APC did not win Kaduna State. That's what he's saying. And even Bola Tinubu himself, P2B won his Lagos. But this is politics. This is politics. He is now in the opposition. I don't know why I don't know why El-Rufai is now contradicting himself. He's paradoxical. Here was a man that said P2B's Labour Party has no structure. ADC has no structure as we speak. There is no governor in ADC. There is no governor there is no senator or House of Representatives. But in his ADC. I understand what happened in 2015. Jonathan was, I don't want to use the word weak. He was so gentle. He doesn't know that in Nigerian politics, you have to be brutal, you have to be clear. So he was just doing gentle, and that is why it will take P2B time to win election in Nigeria. He's not acting like the real opposition. That's what Kenneth Okonkwo is expecting from P2B and many other obedience and many Nigerians. Just like Buhari played his own political card. He was threatening fire and brimstone. If I don't win, this will happen, that will happen. And Jonathan considered defeat. So El-Rufai is now our whistleblower, telling us that APC government is evil. They are enriching their cronies. And Shehu asked him a question. If he was if he's still in APC, will he be saying what he's saying? I say he will resign. Story. He will not resign anything. El-Rufai wouldn't have resigned because he lost out with APC government or Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's why everything APC has done is terrible. Now let's start with. Here is the man who said that 2 years, 4 years is not enough to make a change in Nigeria. Why is he criticizing APC government when they are still in just 2 years in office? He should have waited for them to at least reach 3 years. Let's say one tenure is about to end. They are just 2 years in office. And he wants us to see them as a bad government. If Buhari, as of today, is the worst president Nigeria has ever had. Yes, he is the worst president. You know how many cash that was printed? How many things that people that were in his government has no idea why they were in people that work for him, ministers and all that. Most of them had no idea what their offices are. Like the one I had, which is a rumor. Richard Kassela in Kaduna State was made was given whatever office. But then El-Rufai was there to defend whatever thing Buhari was doing. Buhari was not even giving us press release. They was just giving us pre-recorded statement. Buhari was not even granting interview, just like Tinubu. Now Tinubu can come and speak. I'm not supporting Tinubu anyway. But why is he now in a haste? APC government, Tinubu government is just 2 years. Why can't this man, this elder statesman, wait for them at least 3 years? After 3 years, he start criticizing them. And he's now projecting that Tinubu will finish third. Can you imagine that? He finish distant third. A man that is now almost in control of all the major states that give vote. He made a KKK, Kaduna, Katsina, Kano. Tinubu is lobbying Kwankwaso's support now. If that is materialized, Tinubu, before 2027, Tinubu is already an automatic winner of that election. So how is El-Rufai going to win? You have no structure, and that was the same thing they said against P2B. He has no structure, has no structure. P2B was able to, a Labour Party P2B was able to produce a governor without P2B's influence. There is no way Alex Otti will win governor of Anambra State. I am saying it over and over again. And almost all the Labour Party House of Rep members and senators, they are not decamping to APC. They rode on P2B's back. Without P2B, these senators and National House of Rep members that are not decamping to APC wouldn't have won. You see? So P2B is a force to reckon with. But now, El-Rufai wants us to see him as the new Messiah. You know, this government of APC is bad. They are paying bandits. They are enriching their cronies. When you are in APC, you are immune from being investigated. We already know that, sir. Tell us one more story, some more story, new things. We want to hear new things from you. But to tell us that Tinubu will finish this time third, that's like someone that is, I don't know, I don't want to say some kind of, because this is a man who is an elder statesman, you know, he's a respected man, you know. But for me, I see him just trying to boost the portfolio of ADC. ADC is dead on arrival. Even in the same Kaduna, a few days ago, when they were having stakeholders meeting, El-Rufai was there. They were attacked. Some members of the ADC in Kaduna State, they are against his attitude. They said he hijacked SDP, and SDP went to court, and his control over SDP was squashed. Now he wants to hijack ADC in Kaduna State. So ADC are not even united among themselves, let alone forming a strong coalition or a strong opposition. So all these things that El-Rufai is saying, it's not new to us. The only thing I know he said I am holding strongly to is one, there is no repentant bandit. By all of them. You can't negotiate from a point of weakness. That is just the truth. That is just the truth. But other things he has said is something we already know. Paying of bandits, we know bandits are doing business. Politicians are sponsoring them. We already know that. That when you are in APC, you will not be tried. We know that already, sir. We don't need to tell us. But saying that Tinubu will finish this time third, the general election 2027 there won't be a winner will not emerge. A winner will emerge through the rerun. Let me not say something that is in my mind, but we'll see how that goes. But why can't Nasir El-Rufai give APC? If El-Rufai is the one in government, oh my God, this man has a good relationship with statistics. He'll be telling you, giving you statistics, why you should not criticize his government. They are still in 2 years. They have not entered 3 years. This and that. The only reason he gave is that his 8 years, only 3 schools were attacked. Only 2 schools, if I'm not mistaken. But now, the current governor of Kaduna State, in his 2 years, 3 schools have already been attacked. So that is his criteria for saying that APC is evil. 30 million people have been thrown into poverty. This is a joke. But we'll see what happens. 2027 is still far.